Hey guys, this is Steven from Legit Tech Tutorials and the Green Engineers. Stand by, give me a second. And welcome to today's video on the product development of the shredder. I realized with my new order I made a boo-boo. So we are going to redo the assembly in this video, and then we will do another video setting up the motor and finishing the motor. So basically I made the same mistake earlier in my last machine, my prototype, and I had to redo it, and I totally forgot to change it. So if you look here, basically what's happening is that this blade here, it's fine, right? Right, no problem. But as the blade comes around, it hits that area. So as this blade comes around, the blade's half an inch tall, right? So if we look from here down to here, it's half an inch tall. So pretty much when it comes around, it needs to clear that area. But as you saw, we only actually have a quarter of an inch. So in actuality, this guy has to be on the outside instead of on the inside. But the question is, what does that do with these pieces here? So let's take a cross section here. And sorry if you hear this dumb fly flying around my head here. Hopefully that doesn't cause you guys much of an issue, as it is causing me to have to wear my headphones in order to not hear the stupid fly flying around. Because basically what that would do is that would set these back half an inch. It's either that or because these are basically going to go back half an inch, and then these are going to go forward. But I don't have any issue with my current version with that. And I think it would actually be a little bit looser. But then again, he was probably pretty tight on the tolerances. So if there was no issue on my current one, then there shouldn't be any issue here. But we could go through that. So what we're gonna do is, this is a very old version. So what we're gonna do here, wait, what is this? Oh, I think I kind of compressed them together. So what we're going to do is, and I don't like how this is, because as you notice, when you change anything, it messes everything up. So, and also it doesn't have the right rotations. It doesn't have each one. So, and also what this could do is this will show you how we go about setting up how I actually build it. So pretty much what we're going to do first, we're going to drop a front bracket on there. Make sure that we are facing this way. And also, can we change the preference of this? Anyways, it sees that you see Z is towards the front. That's because this is an older design. This is before I set up the preset, but that's okay. So then what we have to do is we have to put on the front bracket. And here we're going to have everything be able to rotate so we can see if we have any sort of issues, which I think would be very beneficial. And So this way it'll also help me remember that issue. So there we go. There's that first beginning assembly, and then we're going to go down here and look for our 6000 ZZ ball bearings. And we're going to place, we're going to joint, boom, 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 boom. And we're going to flip it inside, same deal. Okay, so now that's the number one, and then we have our flange bearing spacers. Oh, this is it right here. Okay, so that's just so I don't mess up before, because that was one of the reasons earlier why I messed up. And let's put this inside. Do not use. Okay, so what I'm thinking is that we are going to do this guy, edit, revolute, revolute, this one and this one, edit, rigid group, and go forward. This one, revolute. And this one, rigid group. Okay, so that's basically how I assemble it. I press the bearings into the bra and this front support, and then we are using 7.5-inch drive shafts now. They don't have to be 8-inch. Ooh, 5. Okay. And then, oops. Basically what we do here is it goes till we press it, and then basically this guy sits on the floor pretty much. So we basically place this guy flat on the floor with these guys sticking up, and we place something to hold this down, and we pick a side, it doesn't really matter, and that's where we start out with our first spacer, right? So we start out with our first spacer, and we go down here, and the spacer is only going to go on one side. Oops. right? And spacer's only going to go on one side, and then on the other side we are going to go with number 1. Oops, this is not, which should be 0 degree offset, I believe. Well, let's look. I think it's this one. Yeah, so you put the 0 degree offset down first. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Where'd it go? There it is. So we put one there, one there. Let's actually go back. These normally have a number on them, but that's okay. Okay. Oops. There you go. Let's drop another 2 spacers in. And the funny thing is that this is exactly how I build it in real life. So you can see exactly everything that has to go on here to put this thing together. Now we're going to go to our next one's 15 degrees. Okay. See, here's the kind of weird thing, is that it doesn't quite rotate it for you. I don't know why it doesn't do that, but it doesn't. Spacers. I really do not know why it does that, but it does. Okay. Oops. Huh. We're doing decent on time. Kinda, sorta. We're at 17 minutes. We'll give it a shot to be able to actually do it. I'm not exactly sure if we will be able to, but I will try. I also have to update my the image on my website. That's another thing I'm gonna have to look at is my website. If I'm going to keep it with the forum setup or change it. I mean, I don't really need the forum setup, so. This is costing extra money that I don't need to spend so that the spammers don't blast me. I can just run e-commerce style website with kind of a blog post type thing. Oops. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay, almost all the way around. Yep, one more of these ones, and then we get to go around again. If you want to speed up, you will not hurt my feelings, I promise. So feel free to do so, and mute it too if you want. For whatever reason, it sounds like that fly kind of left me alone, so that's the good part. But again, I will not be upset if you decide to mute and fast forward to see through a lot of this, because we got at least another 10 minutes on this video and probably a little bit more on the next video until I go downstairs and grab the motor and continue, because it does actually occur to me that we do indeed even have a 3.5 by 3.5 steel piece. We're gonna go with the 0 offset. A steel piece that we can use for the machine to hold the motor. So, and I actually have it in house, and they still carry it at the steel place where I get my steel. So I think it would work perfect for what we need to do. Oh, I know where I did this before. It was on that shredder, the shredder shaft assembly. So I'm pretty sure we did this before. but I like this way better because now we can look in and see all of the different pieces that are included. So we could have a bill of materials with this thing blown out, and we could supply that with the machine when it's sold to the when it's sold online. So that's pretty cool. Oh, right there. Uh-oh, something does not look right. There we go. So that everybody could check in their boxes to make sure that, well, technically it comes assembled. But it'd be nice even online to show them this this assembly here, because it is a very nice assembly. You can change all the names so that it is the names are right and everybody can understand it, and maybe even talk to these guys about how much it would cost for assembly. That would be pretty interesting. Maybe even get it assembled. And again, to save a little bit of time, what you could do is you could say, you know, copy and paste type thing on these, but that's not really necessary. You just go back and forth between the pages. It's not really that big of an issue. So when these guys from this laser company, when they sent me their stuff, they had a little bit of a laser issue. So this run is way rougher than they say will normally happen. So unfortunately, that was the first, you know. Oops, I gotta flip it first. So they said it's not standard to what they normally do. Which, you know, I'll take their word for it, I guess. So there was quite a bit of filing going on, unfortunately. Quite a bit. Because basically what they do is on the inside of these guys, there are tabs. Now, these tabs, on the inside of the squares, these tabs prevent if for whatever reason, as it's going over these parts, if one of the pieces pops up, this center square pops up and it hits that laser head, because obviously the laser is, I call it a quote-unquote dumb CNC machine, which doesn't have any vision. So it can't see, oh hey, there's this wall coming, there's this wall of steel coming, let me just keep going. So what happens is it comes up and that laser head smashes into that piece of steel that is sticking up because of whatever it just so happens. Usually these are, I believe this is a high-powered CO2 laser, so it's air assist or maybe even oxygen assist. So basically what it does is as it comes around, it blows either pure oxygen or just regular air into the hole of which it's cutting. And when it does that, it could possibly somehow dislodge a piece, and it could come around and hit that head. So pretty much on the inside of these guys, there are these tabs that you have to go in there and get rid of and cut out or file out, basically. So pretty much what they do is they have a tab that holds that center square in, and that tab is tiny, little guy. But still, when you break the tab off, you have to go in there and now file it out. So that's one of the issues, is going in there and filing that piece out. That's why I kind of like the water jet, where the water jet, basically the piece just falls down at the bottom of the tank, and later on you clean it out and you pull that piece out. That's just generally how it works. So it looks like we're just gonna finish before 30 minutes here. Oops. Oh. So that's what I'm doing. I'm hitting the upper, oops. And last one. So now if you look down, you'll notice that these all do a nice little circle thing. Okay, now we look at which one has the spacer. This one has a spacer, and you can see that this one obviously should be in line, which it's not, so we need to put one last spacer on this side. And even though we've hit 30 minutes, I'm going to make it so that we complete this guy. So we'll cap it. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to put basically opposite way shredder bearing for support shaft. And we'll make them revolute in the next video, which I'm going to start after I go downstairs and get the drill motor out of my new little my little space in my garage that I'm going to be using to build these. Okay. And this is actually how I do it pretty much in real life, is I just go part for part here at the end. Make sure it's gapped. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then we need the front piece, another front bracket. And then we got this guy. Oops. And there we go. Okay, so we will stop it here. I will upload it, and then we will be right back to repair this and start go right back to working on the motor if we have any extra time. Alright, so this has been Steven from Legit Tech Tutorials and the Green Engineers, and thank you for stopping by for this video, and I'll see you guys in a couple minutes with the next video today to catch up with the 2 videos that I missed this week. So this is one makeup, and then I have another makeup tomorrow.